For TV. This interview seems good. And welcome to Good Morning Revolutionaries. Today, our special guest is Mr. Laureate, and we will be talking about how he reunited Lucy Monet with Dr. Alexander Monet. Hello, Mr. Laureate. How are you today?
Very good. Thank you for having me today.
My pleasure. So, the question on everyone's mind: how you reunited Lucy Monet with Alexander Monet?
Well, that's the story. It all started in England when I received a message from my trusty messenger, Jerry Crutcher. The message read, "Wait at Dover for Mademoiselle." I responded with the message, "Recalled to life." Recalled to life means resurrect him.
Are you Mr. Laureate?
I am. Please sit down. Miss Monet, I'm a man from Tellson's Bay, and I have come to tell you about your father.
Please tell me of my father. I can bear it.
Your father wore his heart out in prison after your mother died, still searching for your father when you were 2. However, he has been found. He is alive. He has been taken to the house of an old servant in Paris, and we're going there. To identify him, you to come to restore him to life, love, duty, rest, and comfort. You must resurrect him.
But it will be his ghost. It will not be him.
Okay. All right.
Precious, my bird.
You and Greg, couldn't you have told her what you wanted to tell her without frightening her?
I hope she will do well now. That's it. Hello, my name is Lori and I am an Englishman from Tellson's Bank. I have come here today to meet with Dr. Monet and I bring along his daughter, Lucy Monet.
My name is Defarge and I am a wine chaperone. I know Dr. Monet because I had served under him for years and I have kept him here for safety. I will take you to him.
I go first.
You have visitors, sir.
Are you a shoemaker by trade?
No, I taught myself.
Would you like to accompany us back to England?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Anyway, I got a deal for you. You want to go to France? I know I do. Well, the most thing that I love about France is their sunsets. You know what they symbolize? Symbolizes the revolution that it's about to come. I got a great deal for you.
He was good. Wait, keeping up with the Monets?
Definite.
I had to go to court because I was a witness against a super duper cutie with a nice face and bod.
Dude, I was such a character in Crisis because the jury was accusing me of being a traitor and a spy against England.
This guy was totes adorbs, and when I saw him, I felt fireworks and saw stars.
Sitting near my friend Starver, and I realized that I looked like the guy just being accused, and the idea struck me. I invited Charles to have a drink with me to celebrate.
Carter kept bringing up the subject of us looking like each other. He said he could have easily been me and I could have easily been him. I realized after the conversation that I hated him.
I am Monsignor, and I live the life of a citizen of France. Today on my way home, my attention was caught by some travelers on the side of the road who claimed they saw someone under my carriage. No one was found, and I have been told that Citizen Charles has arrived.
I have come here to renounce my title as part of the family, Uncle.
Do you know of a compatriot who found a refugee here in England? A doctor?
Yes.
With a daughter?
Yes.
Yes, you are fatigued. Good night.
That night, the Monsieur did not wake up because he was killed, and all that was left was a note that said, "Drive him fast to his tomb from Jean." Darnay informed me that he wanted to marry my daughter and he wanted my blessing. I told him that he must give me 2 promises. The first promise was for him to tell me his real name the day of his wedding, and the second promise was for him to not interfere in the relationship I have with my dear Lucy. After he promised me the 2 promises, I told him he must leave because Lucy was coming back at any time.
My father! Oh no, not again!
I'm a character in crisis because I love Lucy, but I know she does not love me back and will instead choose Darnay. I told her that I will do anything for her because I love her very much.
Today is my wedding day, and I'm gonna marry my love Darnay. He put a ring on it. Seemed to be hubby and my father walked out of a room after they had been talking, and my father seemed pale.
We have a dilemma that I must speak with you with. Dr. Monet is still in his funk, and I believe we should bury and burn his shoemaking tools so he will not resort back to it. What do you think?
Okay. If it's for the best.
Years of being married, both Darnay and Lucy had 2 children, 1 boy and 1 girl. However, unfortunately, the boy had died at a very young age, only leaving little Lucy. To go to France and help the Telson's bank there, and have also received a letter involving a Monsieur Evermont.
I know this fellow, and I would be glad to give him this letter.
Thank you.
His servant has asked me to come to France because he is being prosecuted against the people of France. I am a character in crisis because I am torn between my love Lucy and my friend. My duty is to my friend and my desire is to stay with Lucy, but I must and will go to France.
Hello, my fellow revolutionaries. Would you like to make your own hit list like my own right here? Well, if you act now and buy a pair, you can get a second one free.
Feeling Mexican. Maybe I should watch a novela. After landing at France, Darnay was troubled because he did not know that laws in France have changed. He was escorted to Paris, and the citizens believe Darnay is a traitor. He is put into jail under conditions he is not familiar with.
We have come to Paris because we... Ay, ¿qué es eso?
No mires afuera. Lucy, don't. I need to tell you guys something. Charles has been taken into prison for charges that are unknown.
My friend, I am a prisoner from the Bastille. I can help Charles out of danger.
Then do so, please.
What is that? Madre mia!
Dr. Monet goes to the prison law force to try and free Darnay, but finds out prisoners of La Force are being killed.
Begs Madame Defarge for her to help her and have mercy on her husband. But Madame Defarge claimed that she had suffered far less than other people. René failed to keep his promise for the two Monsignors. He promised that he would not reveal that they had been responsible for the murder of two servants, a woman and a boy. And so, as a result, they imprisoned him in the Bastille.
Yes, sir.
I remember you from England.
You must be mistaken.
I'm not. You testified against Charles Darnay, did you not?
It must have been another man.
I don't think I'm mistaken. I remember a face. I, in my hand, have an ace. Why don't you look upon your hand and see what do you have?
Well, I'd say my odds are great.
I can tell a bluff when I see one, Mr. Barsal. Monsieur, I must ask you, what do you think the French will say when they find out that you actually testified against Charles Darnay? When they see that you're a traitor against France? Or do you not remember your spy, friend, partner, if you could say?
Very well, you caught my bluff.
Yes, yes. I remember he isn't dead. Even though we all tried. That fake funeral, that was a nice touch. Not enough.
How do you know all this?
I have my ways. I have my people. And I have my connections. But what I bring you here today is to ask you,
What do you want?
when the time comes and I need a favor, will you help?
Seems like I must.
Yes. It does, doesn't it?
A conversation with Cardin and Barsad. Cardin and Mr. Lorry make a plan on how to get out of France. Mr. Lorry agreed to leave France as long as everyone and every seat in the carriage is occupied. Now we go to Cardin and Darnay that are in the La Force prison because Barsad has let Cardin.
This is for Lucy, little Lucy, and everybody else that you have grown attached to. There we go. Help! Help! Cardin is down! Help! Help! He needs help!
What is it?
Cardin is unconscious now. I heard that he was sick before he came to visit me. You may please take him away to his carriage.
I know what you did.
Madame Defarge goes to where Lucy is living to go murder Lucy because she wants everyone in that is associated with Darnay and his family to be killed.
I'm not letting you get near my ladybird.
Move, you hag, or else.
52 prisoners of La Force gathered outside, waiting their fate that will soon be determined by the guillotine.
Sir Darnay, do you remember me? I was imprisoned in the force with you. I am sentenced to die, and I am not afraid, but I am not unwilling either if it will profit the revolution. Can I ride with you and hold your hand, stranger? Are you doing it for him?
And his wife and child. Hush, yes. I have done all this to redeem myself. Before I was stuck and unsure where to go until I met a beautiful light and that came into my life. For her, I sacrificed my life to keep the promise I made to her and myself.
Heads, then you should buy a guillotine.
Wow, that's very emotional. Oh.